Nothing like trying to fix your GoPro going through a church parking lot on Easter Sunday. So I know this video is coming out a little late, but that's alright. I'm trying to take advantage of the days that I have. And today, as you can see, it's not all that sunny, but it is almost 60 degrees, so it finally got a little bit warm. It's a figure 8 car over there. I'm gonna have to check the number out to see if I can figure out who it is. But anyway, I got some content from the last ride that I made a couple videos out of, and so some of my content and the videos, as just like any YouTuber, they're not always gonna match. Anything that's a real current event, I'm gonna try to keep up with, or if I make a new video that's really about a current event, I'm gonna upload it, obviously. But just because the videos I already had scheduled to go out, this one's a little bit behind, but it is Easter Sunday. I haven't figured out what that's going to be yet. Seems like no one knows, but obviously it's got some sort of awning, but nobody really knows what it's gonna be yet. Keeping their cadence high with the revolutions, but turn it up a gear and go a little faster. It's another one though. I guess churches could have their service. Most of them probably have their services in the morning or the midday, but I'm a little surprised. I rode through the one parking lot. That's another church there. I'm just a little surprised, but so that's 2 you guys have seen on video, but I've passed like 4 because they're all over the place here, and there's like no one at any of them. Of course, it is almost 6 o'clock at night. It's 5:30, so everyone's, you know, doing stuff for dinner, supper, whatever, right? Probably lifted up about an inch. It's winking at us. I wonder what power mode B-Rad is in on his when he does his wheelies in, I don't know, 3rd or maybe even 4th gear. But he's good at it. I'm not good at it, as you can tell. I don't know. I ride around mostly in standard mode. I used to ride around in B mode a lot, not because of the power, but because of the throttle response. And just the fact that really when I'm just riding around, you don't need it. But you can tell on this, if you've never ridden an FZ09, you can tell the difference between all 3 modes. Standard mode, the throttle response is pretty good. It's not too twitchy, but the way the computer mapping is and where the power comes in, you can tell over B mode. You can tell that there's a lot more of it. But then A mode, that's the one that everybody, all the reviews on this model year, you know, everybody said it was crappy, that the bike sucked. You know, the throttle's just so twitchy it's too sensitive in my opinion. But so when I'm just riding around, you know, you don't need that. So I really like this bike, man. I really do. I got it. It's my third bike. It's technically my fourth bike, but it's my third one that I've had really riding it. And you know, I was happy. My first choice, that Shadow, I think I've said this before, I was happy with that bike. It just, I got to where I wanted something else, and now I kind of want that bike back, but as a second bike. But I wanted something else, and I got the R6. See, now we're facing the other way. You can't see it, but more mountains up there. But I got the R6, and they tried to talk me into this bike. I've said it before. They tried to talk me into this bike instead of the R6 or similar sport bike, just because they'd ask me, what do I want to do with it, based on what I told them. But I didn't want to listen. So then after I had the R6, I went on a whole bunch of test rides. You know, I rode a couple of Suzuki. You can look back through my videos, but I rode some Suzukis. I had ridden R1 before I bought the R6. I rode some Harley Davidsons. And I didn't go on the Yamaha test ride till after I already had this bike, or the Ducati Multistrada. But anyway, so I knew I didn't want the Suzuki. So when it came time that I really wanted a new bike, I mean, it was pretty much the FZ09 the whole way. I was gonna maybe do the FJ, but the FZ is cheaper and all the same stuff. You can get all the same accessories, so I went with that to have a little bit more sporty right off the bat and cheaper. But anyway, that's rambling. I don't want to make this video too long. As I've said before, a lesson to take away from this real short video is, if you're not really sure what kind of bike you want, number one, try to go on test rides. If they won't let you test ride them, go to another dealership. Because I also have found out that any good dealership will let you test ride a bike. If you've never ridden a bike before, maybe they won't, but if you have a bike, like if you had a starter bike and then you're not really sure what you want for your next one, then they should let you. But anyway, as a lesson, you know, ask questions about the bike. Try to get even more than one salesman. Don't just get like the salesman, but try to get a couple of them. Tell them what you're looking for, and kind of see what they come up with on what bike that they kind of recommend you get. If they're all over the map, you know, consider all options. If they all recommend like one bike, you know, as long as you don't think they're recommending it just because they really want to sell that particular bike, but it seems like they're recommending it because it seems to fit what you want to do, you should probably go with that bike. But anyway, that's it. I'm done rambling. We'll see you guys on the next one. Ride safe.